Hello everybody, welcome to Mathethics original channel. Thank you for watching our video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. In today's lesson, I'd like to talk about the explicit formula of an arithmetic sequence. Explicit formula of arithmetic sequence. Giving the general sequence with the following term: a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, and a sub n. We know this is an arithmetic sequence if and only if there is a common difference, which means whatever number I add to the first term to get the second term have to be the same number that I add to the second term to get the third term, and that has to be the same number I add to the third term to get the fourth term, and the pattern must continue the same way. So that number we call it a common difference, and we represent it by the letter D. Okay, so when I add D to a 1, the common difference, to the first term, I get the second term. And then when I add that same number to the second term, I get the third term. And when I add that same number to the third term, I get the fourth term, and so on and so forth. So we're going to use this information to write out the explicit formula for an arithmetic sequence. So if we have a sub 1, which is the first term, okay, so we agree that the second term is equal to the first term plus the common difference, and the third term is equal to the second term plus the common difference. Now, check this out. The second term, we know the value of the second term. Okay, so the second term is the first term plus the common difference. So we write out a sub 3, that same one is equal to the second term, which is a sub 1, the first term plus the common difference, and plus the common difference, which is that common difference. So that was plus that common difference. Okay, so we substitute this whole thing for a sub 2, and then we keep that common difference. Now, we gotta get rid of the parentheses. So remember, this expression right here is our second term. Okay, that's our second term. So if we get rid of the parentheses, we're gonna end up with a sub 1 plus D, which is a sub 1 plus 2D. Now, also understand that these two is the same thing as the third term, the 3 minus 1. Okay, so we can rewrite this as 3 minus 1D. Okay, 3 minus 1D. And that 3 is that third term. Okay, so the third term is pretty much equal to the first term plus the third term minus 1 times d. So a sub 4, the fourth term will equal to the third term, which is a sub 3 plus d. Now, the third term is equal to can use this, the first term plus 2d. Alright, so that's the third term and plus the common difference. So we agree that this one right here represents the third term. Okay, the third term is a sub 1 plus 2d. Now, if you simplify, then you're gonna have a sub 1 plus 2d plus d, and that's equal to a sub 1 plus 3d. Again, I can bring your attention to that the fact that 3 is equal 4 minus 1. Okay, so we can always put that as a sub 1 plus 4 minus 1 d. Okay, so now if we follow that same pattern, now notice for the third term, that's the 3 minus 1. For the fourth term, we do 4 minus 1. Okay, so if we want the nth term, therefore we can say, hey, the a sub n is equal to the first term plus n, whatever that number is, n minus 1 times d. Okay, so that's your explicit form for an arithmetic sequence. Okay, so now we also have the function way to write the explicit formula. That's the same thing as saying f of n equal the first term plus n minus 1 d. Okay, so it's the same thing. Okay, so this is the formula, the explicit formula for an arithmetic sequence. Now, let's write the explicit formula for the following sequence. -4. Put this here. Example. Giving the following sequence: -4, -8, -12, -16, okay. This sequence have 4 terms. The first term is -4, the second term is -8, the third term is -12, and the fourth term is -16, and then it's got an infinite number of terms, so we don't know what the other term is, but we can figure that out. Okay, once we got the equation or the formula, then we can find any term we need. So right now we know the value for the first term, that's a sub 1, that's a sub 2, the second term, that's the third term, and that's the fourth term. So if I want to write the explicit, formula, the explicit formula for that sequence then you're gonna follow this formula here. Okay, so it's the a sub n equal the first term. So do we know what the first term is? Yes, the first term is -4. The first term plus, now what is a common difference? We need to know what a common difference is. So the common difference is, so -4 and -8. So that's -4. So you add -4 to -4 to get -8. So the common difference is -8, -4. Okay, so we got -4 for the common difference. So a sub n equal -4 minus 4 factor of n minus 1. Okay. Or you can put f of n equal -4 minus 4 n minus 1. Okay, so it's the first term plus the common difference. Now if the common difference is positive, that will be a plus here, but if the common difference is negative, that will be a minus, and then n minus 1. So now notice that I swipe this is the same thing. Okay, the formula, you could have put like the common difference d first instead of putting at the end. You could have say a sub 1 plus d factor of n minus 1, and that's what I did over here. Okay, so it's the first term plus the common difference. If it's positive, then that should be plus. If it's negative, that will be minus, factor of n minus 1. So that's how you write the explicit formula for an arithmetic sequence, for any arithmetic sequence. Thank you so much. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time for another lesson.